Hello and welcome to the United States of America and Deep Creek in Maryland for the International Canoe Federation's 2014 Canoe Slalom World Championships. 380 athletes from 42 nations are gathered for a festival of paddling. Today it is the men's K1 semi-final day. With 74 paddlers, we're now down to the top 40. That's going to be 10. The final's going to be tomorrow. I'm Matthew Layton as normal, and today my guest has been a competitor this weekend, just missed out on the actual semi-final spot, but Tom Brady from Great Britain is revving to go for this exciting. Tom.
Hi. Yeah, we've got a good race lined up today. Top 10 going through from 40. So it's everything to play for. It's one run, and we're looking to see which athletes can get into that top 10.
And it should be really fascinating racing. As you can see, temperature for autumn, it's 17 degrees. A little bit of wind, but I don't think it's been affecting the course that much. The athletes have actually physically seen the course the first time about 2 hours ago. There were some forerunners that went down in sections, and then literally about 50 minutes ago, a few went down the complete course. So it's very much a case of flashing the course. There's lots of new gate combinations, and we'll see first athletes off. There they are in the reversed order of the qualifications from earlier on. So Jan Salvador from Slovakia was the 40th fastest, and we can see some big names. Vavra Hradilek, who was injured for pretty much all the season, he came back a month ago. His mid-table was 30th. Richard Hounslow, your colleague, he did quite well. The top 15th was it, and here are the guys that have put forward the best time so far. But we all start from zero, don't we? It doesn't count at all. And generally the course, Tom, what are your thoughts?
Well, it's got everything. It's got staggers, it's got crosses on upstream and upstreams. It's a technical course, and it's physical at the bottom as well. So it's hard just doing an easy course on here, let alone one that's tough as this. So it'll be interesting to see what the athletes do.
Well, we saw them going down here, the forerunners, the trial guys, and there were some. They know the course quite well, and they were making hard work of it. When there's some really difficult. There we go. First off, Jan Salvador from Slovakia.
Yeah, so Jan's a very good paddler, very smooth. Just getting a bit kicked out wide out of free there, but he's getting back on.
So the course today. 6 upstream gates, that's clearly in red and white, and the rest are green and white. Instant combination coming up now, it's going to be a bit of a problem for some.
Yeah. The athletes are looking to get up on top of the water there. He's done that well, but he's picked up an early 2-second penalty on gate 7, I think. Out of here is quite hard as well. You get a lot of undercurrent, and you just have to try and keep the boat on top of the water through there, diving down all the time. He's on a bit of a rough run here. He's fighting the water quite a lot, but we'll see if he can get something back into the bottom section.
And again, this next section, once you come through 14, it's quite quick for the next 50 or 60 meters. You need to charge. You go for tricky 18, 19.
Yeah, this is where he's going to be getting the power, and he needs to be driving hard over into 17 to get good contact and keep the speed moving out.
And then we saw the demonstration. They've actually changed it slightly from the actual demonstration, but it was proving to be really tricky. But that's been done well, hasn't it?
Yeah, he's done a good quick spin there. I think he might have picked up another 2-second penalty on gate 18. We'll see if that comes on. Yeah, it's on there.
So first down, give us some sort of indication.
Yeah, I can't see that being enough.
Well, we'll note it. No reference to go by at all because no one's been on the course before, so it's very difficult to see. Andrea Romeo had a cracking race in Tatson earlier this year. Everyone says that he has massive speed. It's just a case of putting it together on a day. 1 so far out of 5 this season. He's done it. Can he do the works today?
Yeah, let's hope so. In and around that upstream gate 5, really keeping the boat moving. We're looking for him to get tight and get too tight that he can't move out. doing well there, getting up on top.
Daniel Molmenti is not competing out here, but due to, I think, he had a bit of a knock in the car a couple of weeks ago, and that's unfortunately hasn't managed to recover significantly for there. But so far we have Romeo, who's 2 seconds up.
Yeah, he's putting together a tidy top half. He'll be looking to keep that running solidly into the bottom. Nice and tight into there.
I think it will take a lightning fast.
Well, he's doing well to keep his boat under control. Hopefully he can get in tight to 17 and then carry some speed into the bottom away from here.
So this is an artificial course built to resemble a natural river.
Yeah, it resembles one pretty well. It's gone to a lot of effort putting the rocks in.
5 seconds up.
Oh, just picking up a 2-second penalty.
Next to last, and then the last boat.
Coming through.
This is a tricky. That'll be hard for the athletes as soon as they're coming down. It's catching him out there. When you're tired, that's the last thing you want.
For over 100 seconds now, it's bound to be quite tiring.
Yeah.
4 seconds penalty. Well, the reference time is going to be fairly close to that.
Yeah.
Even outside.
That bottom half cost him.
Now, you've been out here a couple of weeks, Tom. The general characteristics of this this setup, a lot of athletes said, well, I first came out, I didn't really like it, but it's grown on me.
Yeah, well, it's one of those courses that it's very changeable. Definitely the top half, it's one of those where you have to keep the boat moving because the water's quite slow, and then you have to just lengthen out in the bottom and really try and grind away. This is Halson at the top here.
Started off the season, came 4th in the Europeans, which is good news there.
Yeah, very strong athlete. Doing well around 8. Just losing his edges a little bit going into 9, but he's fast to get back on it. So 2 seconds up on the first split, just over. Through that stagger. Looking to be composed down this drop, and then to 14.
So the actual course first built in 2007.
Yeah, I think around that time. Apparently the Americans don't train here a lot either, so the home advantage isn't as big as it maybe could have been. All the athletes seem to be enjoying it.
And most athletes have been out here. A lot of athletes came out last year.
He's gone for that forwards.
Well, that makes some difference. He's 2.7 up at the moment.
And well into the bottom. He's gained time on this bottom section.
A couple of moves different to the
push
others.
for this final. The 2-second penalty might hold him back, but that's a good start to his semi-final.
Well, it's way up on the others so far. Well, 6.6 seconds up. Is he pleased or is he regretting it a bit? He's certainly tired.
I think he'll be annoyed with that touch, but it's a fairly solid performance on a hard course. He delivered the bottom as well as he could have done.
We're actually coming to you on the top of a mountain, or the top of a hill, which is about 3.5 hours drive west of Washington, D.C. Beautiful area. Let's see how our next competitor goes.
So we've got
Andrea, 21 years old, from Austria.
nice composed start there. Staying on top of the water nice and smooth. You can tell how calm he is in his head. Let's hope he can keep that going all the way down. Hard.
Well, he's 2.2 seconds up at the first stage.
That's good.
Repeat, this is the semi-finals of the K1, 40 start line, and it's the top 10 that will actually go through to the final tomorrow midday local time.
Oh, he's choosing to spin on 15. See if that's cost him any time. Seems to be putting together a solid run though, which is what we want in the semi-final. But will it be enough to push for that top 10?
Must be difficult for the early guys because they know they really have to have the run of their lives to go through.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, still in touch, only a second down at the moment.
Oh, that's costing him time there. We know how quick Halson was through that last split gate as well.
after gate 18.
Time of reference is 1:05.
So far, it appears that he has one of the very fine, clean runs that we've seen yet.
It's going to be close.
This is a nice
I don't think it's going to be enough this time, but maybe enough for second at the moment.
He will be just off that pace, 109.69 to second position.
Well, primarily moves in way outside, in fact, nearly 4.5 seconds down.
Yeah, that won't be enough today, but I think it's possibly his first World Championships. I'm not sure. Still quite a young athlete, so I'm sure as he develops, he'll be quicker than that next year and probably pushing towards the Olympics. He's got strong competition there from his Australian training partner, Helmut.
Austrian. Here we go, Taku Yoshida. He is having the weekend of his life this season so far in the World Cups. He's come 46th, 51st, 60 seconds, 49th, 55th. So it's to make it to the semi-final is punching above his weight.
Yeah, this guy's done well. Picking up a 2-second penalty on gate 11. I saw the signalling. See if he can put the bullet down in the bottom half. Slightly low into 14.
Can you compare this course to others? Obviously, 15 or 20 other courses that you've been on. People say it's got a little bit of La Södergale, it's got a little bit of, some people have been saying Augsburg with the surges. It's got.
Yeah. I've never paddled anything like this course. It does change here and now. It's like,
well, 10 seconds down, so unfortunately he's not going to trouble the leaders at this point. Sorry,
yeah. It does have surges similar to Augsburg, but the ones on Augsburg you can generally see when the swirls are coming. Here they're underwater, so you can't see them.
So it's big boulders dug out locally, stuck onto a concrete base.
Yeah, and
with electronic pumps pumping it up, and they actually share that. Well, not going to be in the top this year, but as I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, to actually come through to the semi-final is obviously
good effort.
Not happy at the moment, but perhaps in retrospect, looking back, he's going to be happy.
Yeah.
So they actually share the source, the power pump, the water with the Wisp local ski resort. So in the winter, it's used for pumping and making snow. In the summer, it's used for water. So it's quite a smart move.
Yeah. Here we have the Austrian powerhouse,
Helmut Oblinger. Apparently his first World Championships were back in 1995.
Yeah, he's
19 years
he's been on the scene a long time. Very experienced paddler, still strong. Big respect for the guy. Keeping training all that time, season after season.
41 years old now, 2 young children at home. So obviously priorities are not so they're changing, but you need to certainly manage your life.
Yeah, he seems to be doing that. He's putting together a good top half. See how he can go on his bottom section. I know he's very fit, he's got good endurance. Powering up through 14. Looking to do this forwards. He's doing that well.
Will that have been a decision he's made, or a decision he's actually picked up when we saw the earlier runners?
I think he will have made that decision before he got on. Up slightly around 17, but he was quick on that stagger, so let's see what he can get to the away there. You can know how hard it is in your arms at that point.
Well, he's certainly in touch.
Here, it's good spin. He's clean so far as well.
So keep going in the last 10 seconds of effort.
Great, let's see how we can get to the finish. Great effort there. It's going to be tight.
Last 10 strokes coming through.
Tough bottom section there around the last up. I think that spin cost him a little bit of time there as well. He just had to stop slightly.
A clean run, but
it's a solid run. Like, you can't be too upset with that. Like, it's who's this? We've got the Netherlands.
Martin Hermans, character off and on the water, had some season.
Yeah, he's been paddling well this season.
Apparently, if you stop going to nightclubs and start training, an effort. It helps.
Oh, I wouldn't know anything about that. Yeah, he's been putting together good runs this season. Made the final in Prague.
And it's 1.5 seconds up so far.
Great. He's a great athlete. Really physical paddler. Puts everything into his strokes. Nice and tight into 14, that's great. Good at delivering under pressure, this guy, as well, when it counts. Just missing a stroke there, but keeping the boat moving in 17. I think he will have lost a little bit of time there, but see what he can do. Tricky bottom section.
Well, it's slightly down on the split. 1.77, but it can make some time up. We have a lot of big hitters to come.
Yeah, he's done that well. Probably not quite as quick as Halsen was through there, so we can see what he's like in the bottom.
It's relentless effort, isn't it? There's no way you can actually stop and take your breath.
Yeah, hardly any way where you can rest on this course. Physical all the way down. It's really have to keep that discipline to.
Here we go.
Be outside.
Normally manages a smile, but no, perhaps not. A bit of frustration there. So there's certainly the course looks like it's winning at the moment. No one's actually mastered it yet.
I think he lost time around that 15, 16, 17 move. Other than that, it was a fairly decent run. Darius Popiela, very strong Polish paddler, very fit, has an incredible rep rate.
And we only have 2 Polaceks coming up today of the 4 brothers, but it's a very strong Polish team this year.
Just picking up a 2-second penalty in 9. We know Halsen's gone quick with a touch though, so can Popiela do the same?
Half a second down at the top of the gauge. The poles are swinging around a bit because the wind seems to have been picking up slightly, but a lot of the athletes not really taking up many penalties.
Yeah, we have quite often deal with swinging poles, and the athletes know how to deal with that here. Right through there, he's getting a little bit dragged down, but he's getting back on top of the run. He's looking for a good smooth exit around 17. He didn't quite get that, but let's see what he can take into the bottom section. Still pulling up, 3 seconds down. He's got a bit to make up. Good.
That's one of the best moves you've seen so far.
Yeah, seems to be given another touch. I don't know where that was. But
normally there are 3 judges watching every single gate. Afterwards, there's going to be video facilities available. So it's certainly not perfect, but the majority of decisions are certainly going their way.
Yeah, it's not going to take Halsen's time, but wet through the finish as well there. That won't be enough for him this time, I don't think.
So far, 8 of the athletes have gone. Do you think the top ones can go 5 or 6 seconds faster?
I think so. I think Halsen had that touch. His top section was slightly ragged. I think the quickest run we'll see will probably be around, I think it might even break the 100 barrier.
Well, Matthew Davey can put together a quick run.
Yeah, this guy's quick.
Spends a lot of time training down in Pau in France.
Yeah, just getting held up there. It's tempting to lead you in early. Can't always see the water changing. Be looking to try and get out of that pool as quick as he can and get back on the run. He's lost 2.6 seconds.
So in the last 2 weeks since you've all been out here, have you tried similar boat or similar gate combinations?
Yeah,
pretty much all the moves.
You'll try and do all the moves that are out there. You obviously don't know what they're setting for the race, but you will have tried crosses on this wave, different ways, all the downs and different ways. You won't have done it all together like the course has been done, but you'll have a good idea of how to do everything on this course.
Maybe for Belgium. See where he's bit off at the split. 6 seconds down, it's costing him.
Yeah, it's costing him that top split. Very good through the stagger though. He's putting together a good bottom section, so hopefully he can gain some time back.
9th to go of the 40 competitors.
He won't be challenging Halsen's time, but see where he can get down to.
Yeah, coming through, puts him in the top. Well, puts him in 8th position. That's not what he. You athletes though, they train all year, and it can be over in a flash. Can't
Yeah, well that's it. It's the biggest race of the year, and for some people it just goes like that. So.
Another young competitor coming through next, Pedro da Silva from Brazil, 21 years old.
Yeah, really nice guy, exciting to watch on this course. Oh, that's another thing someone said. They did say that Foz, where this guy trains, is very similar to here.
That's where they had the 2007 World Championship, won by Sebastian Combo, who's going to be competing.
Yeah, later today. Picking up an early 2-second penalty. Let's see if he can get his run back on track, keep his head.
So perhaps some of these athletes we don't see that much of, as normally with the ICF TV we cover just the finals. It's great to see a few more.
It's nice to have a bit more of a variant.
A few more athletes that maybe just 3 or 4 seconds off the pace, but they're still training pretty much professionally.
Yeah.
So almost jumping across there.
Yeah, he's struggling at the moment. He's having a fight on his hands. He'll be damaging into this bottom split. I think he's going to be around 10 seconds down.
Well, pretty much. Yeah, you called it 10.25. It's not a recorded emission.
Oh, picking up touches there as well.
And look at the edge control,
yeah, well,
or edge of control right there. That was
yeah, he's having a struggle this time, but good effort to get into the semi-final, whipping it around that last upstream gate.
I suppose on their mind to Brazil in 2 years' time. That's where they are. Their ultimate goal is going to be.
Yeah, he's still a young guy and can go quick.
And picks up a 50-second penalty as well. Next to go, last year's world champion. Had a bit of a off year, Vavra Hadalek from the Czech Republic.
Yeah, we've had Vavra. He's had injuries this year, and it'd be interesting to see how he gets on now. Like, I know he's getting back into fitness, so he's one of those boats that's quick enough to be able to do it. So
here he goes. Came back in Prague. I believe he was quite happy with his performance there. I know in the quality he was doing some good performances together. Obviously very high expectations.
Yeah, very strong athletes, very smooth in and around those first few gates. I think that will reflect on his first split time, and it does. 2.5 seconds up.
But he'll be going for a slightly different target, I guess, from the first athlete.
Yeah, he's going to be looking to put down a top 10 performance, go into the lead straight away, and put the pressure on everyone else who's yet to go.
Must be very difficult with only a certain limited amount of training behind you.
Yeah, but sort of water, very strong, ducking around. He'll be looking to get in and out of this quickly. He's carrying good speed out of there as well.
Last you remember in Prague we had Czech 1 and number 2. Yuri's going to be coming a bit later, and he's only 0.8 of a second up.
Yeah, we know how quick Halsen was on this bottom section. He's done that well.
That was fast there.
Yeah, he's done
powering
that well.
through the bottom section, of course.
Great composure, holding a solid run.
Good support as well coming down.
See how
not an easy compatriot. Oh, there's a might cost him a bit.
Will he do it? All eyes to the ball.
No. 2-second penalty cost him.
Puts him back in 3rd position.
But there again, must stress that he's, although he's the world champion, he hasn't been the top of his game because of injury.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what that cut-off time is. I think Halsen might have just done enough or just be outside.
Whereas 105.21, Pavel Eigel from Russia coming through.
Very strong athlete again.
Very good big Russian team over here.
Yeah. They've definitely flown a lot of athletes, which is good. It's good to have high competition at this level. Good in and around 8. That was really strong.
Well, Pavel, so far this season, he's 24 years old. In Tatsan, he was 27th. Prague, he was 30th. Augsburg, 45th. But he's 4 seconds, 3.5 seconds up as we speak.
Yes, great top section there.
So you can pull it together.
Yeah, all the athletes will be harnessing themselves for this last race of the year, the biggest race of the year. A little bit low in 14, but he's got a good advantage to be able to cope with that.
Being on your edge allows the kayaks to
Smooth
carve a
through
little bit
there.
faster and to move fast through the water. Idol making himself
That's
a
quick.
name here.
He's doing well.
International competition.
But it's really interesting that, as you mentioned a few minutes ago, no one has advantage, so it's a case of everyone has to discover and adapt to the conditions. It's fairly varying. 2.7 seconds down, but this last section, that move wasn't as quick, was it?
That wasn't as quick as Halcyon, but he had a bit of an advantage going into there. We know he's clean as well. Just let go of his paddle there, but he's back on it. He's doing that last upstream well. See how quick he can get to the finish.
Well, 105.21 to go.
I think he's going to go inside that. Yeah, good run, good effort. Solid.
Yeah, moves into the provisional first place, but again, he realises he could have done better.
If he hadn't have had that spin in the middle, which I think he planned, he would have had that final for sure, but we don't know. It's quite likely do it.
Well, we've had 12 of the 40 competitors gone. William Forsyth, good season so far. Missed a couple of races because he had to go back and do some work experience of his university studies, but then came back in Augsburg, wasn't supposed to, and I think he said he wanted to get a bit of practice. He didn't really go the way he wanted it to, but he's having a good week so far.
Yeah, seems to be enjoying himself out here. Really powerful athlete.
Well, he's a bit off the pace at the moment, but Igor was fast in the first.
We know he's had a touch as well, so if he can go, he might be able to claw some of that back. Gets tight in here. The bows just out.
Did he manage to go through?
Yeah, I think he went through that, but I think that penalty will.
It doesn't matter how hard you hit the penalty, as long as you go through, not deliberately displacing the pole to help you. You take a 2-second penalty that's immediately added onto your score. Yeah. But he's 6.5 seconds off. He's not putting forward the run he wants to.
No, he's struggling there as well.
Interesting though, only 4 boats in the top 10 have clean runs so far.
This won't be what he wants, but see how quick he can get to the finish from here. It's a tough course for the athletes to be racing on today.
I suppose the biggest event for Will this year is going to be the marriage to Sarah Grant, who we're going to be seeing competing tomorrow.
Yeah.
There he goes, a bit off the pace, unfortunately. 10 seconds down. Coming thick and fast, live to you from Deep Creek, Maryland. It's been a good atmosphere for the last couple of days. We're expecting thousands coming in the Saturday and Sunday, but there's been lots of kids in today and lots of ex-paddlers down, and lots of stands and publicity, and it's weather's held up well.
You're Megalic off now, putting together a nice top half, or top quarter even.
Been a top paddler for many, many years for Slovenia, and now paddling for Azerbaijan.
Yeah, just losing a little bit there in 12. Very strong athlete, knows how to race. In the medals in Tarsen in 2010.
Nice job.
It's great of this Slovenian federation to let him go. Some in the sprints, they certainly wouldn't have done that without a bit of things changing hands, perhaps.
Just fighting there in that last section.
Well, he's one of the pedigree athletes, isn't he, who shows he can put forward a good run a day.
Going for this forwards.
3 seconds behind the pace at the moment.
Yeah, he's gained some that well forwards. Just have to see how much he can get back in this last upstream. Really important to keep the bows around it on the way in and keep it the exit. He did that well.
Well, it's going to be close, but not quite good enough. Let's see where he goes. The third place, and again, pretty much everyone has said, well, this perfect one clearly doesn't exist, but I think everyone's feeling some sort of frustration that they could have done better.
Yeah, this course does do that to you. It's very hard to paddle, very hard to keep the boat moving the whole way.
Expect a bit of noise. French-born Fabien Lefebvre, really one of the statesmen of the sport, was the world champion in 2002, 2003. Switched nationalities, also competing at the top level at C1, and he's not revolutionised the sport, but he's certainly one of the major changes in the last 10 years.
Very good.
Let's see how he's going up today.
Very impressive paddler and a nice guy as well. Uses the water really well, constantly looking up, looking at what the water's doing, riding the surge well there. Important to keep the boat moving through here. He's done that.
It seems you have to, in certain places, you really have to make the boat move forward.
Yeah. There's not a lot of, although the water looks fast here, you have to really work with it. Oh, wow.
That's
great recovery. Good recovery. I don't think he could see anything at that point, but got back on it.
Well, he's known, isn't he, for putting his body in. He said even as a really small child, he had extraordinary flexibility.
Yeah.
Still use that as fish here.
It's a little bit down.
Down at the moment.
He's trying to get this done forwards well. He's done it. Good ducking off there.
Well, that'll certainly save him a second or two if he goes clean.
Yeah, still pulling well in this bottom section as well. He's not towering, showing signs of fatigue.
Well, I think he's expecting a big, or certainly hoping for a big result this weekend. Speaking to the Americans, they said he's really brought the level of the American squad up.
Yeah, this is a good bottom section now.
Is it enough?
Just outside. Good effort though, that. We'll have to see if it's enough. It'll be a waiting game for him.
Well, so far we have 15 athletes gone. No one through yet to the guaranteed. Going from world champion, next on the go is an Olympic champion.
Yeah, 2008.
He has showed promising, talking about Alexander Grimm from Germany, he's shown some promising signs this season, but hasn't managed to really put it together yet.
Yeah, well, obviously to make that German team, you've got to be world class anyway. He's done that.
Well, Paul Bockerman and Hannes Egner, who's done so well in the World Cups this season, unfortunately they'll be doing something else this weekend.
Yeah.
Alexander Grimm, very tall, has the boat specially modifying for himself.
Yeah, he's a strong athlete.
Just finished his master's degree, so he has perhaps a bit more time on his hands now.
Just over 2 seconds down on the. But we know he's like a cart horse. He'll be reeling it back, pulling it back all the way.
Because the Germans were one of the few teams that didn't really come out in July, when most of the teams came out for a couple of weeks between Prague and Spain. And they were.
I know they came last year, I think.
That's right. And so they decided to come. We've taken 15 out, 16 out.
Yeah, it's going to be costly, I think. He's way down on there.
But we still have from Germany Fabian Dorfler and the World Cup leader, or the winner of this season, Sebastian Schubert, who won last year as well. But no, it's not the run he wants to put forward, is it?
No, not at all. A lot of top athletes struggling today to put down what they're capable of, I think.
So is that because the pressure, or just because the course is unpredictable?
I think it's a bit of both, you know. Like, it's a hard place to paddle, but like yesterday myself, I was frustrated, but it's one of those places where you just have to think, like, part of it's me and my boat skill, and part of it's the water.
But Tom, yourself, can you look back and say, well, I gave it my best shot?
Oh, definitely. I wouldn't have changed my plans there.
Janos Petelin from Slovenia of well. Let's see how he can go. Peter Kauser clearly is not competing, as he dislocated his shoulder in London, in Lee Valley.
Yeah, Yeah, Cowes is out of this race.
We'll be back next year, and the World Championships are going to be held in your home course in Lee Valley next year, so that's going to be a lot of fun for you guys. You've got a huge home advantage.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
So he is coming forward. Well, he's in seconds down. No one's really mastered the bottom section of the course yet.
You know, Halson and Fabian were quick. 2-second penalty won't be helping him, but might be able to absorb that later on. Could tell he was going for the spin early there, turning his head before he even looked at the gate.
Plan move coming down. Savage falls.
Yeah. It's great into there. Getting some time back.
Good chewing on the board, but he's 5 seconds, he hasn't lost much, so we see all the athletes there on the side.
Oh, and that spin's costing him time as well. Still struggling to get the bars back around there.
So the spin, will that be him and his coach that said, I think that's the percentage-wise, that's the one I can pull off all the time and it should be okay?
Yeah, part of it will be that. Yeah, sometimes as well, if it doesn't look like the moment of the run, then you just choose your plan B. So
just hope the body reacts to the fact that you've been down. Well, he delight almost, was it?
I don't know.
That's that face perhaps there.
Upset.
Next to go, Jackson Merritt from Australia, who has not the season he wanted so far.
Yeah, not the season he wanted, but he's still young and he's strong. See what he can put down today.
2 years ago, in 2012 season, he had some great results this year.
Yeah.
Hair getting a bit longer. He's tied it up today, that's okay.
Yeah, it'll be good to have it out of his face today. Oh, just picking up a 2-second penalty on 8. Just cutting that tight, that's going to be a 50 as well. It's over before it started. Just cutting lines just a bit too tight there.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because last year everything was going right, and
yeah,
something I'm sure physically not's changed.
Yeah, it's one of those, like if something's not quite right, maybe in the mind or in your life or something like that, then it can have a knock on. It only takes the smallest thing to get your eye out of the racing. It's such a fine margin between being there and not being there.
You're talking from, well, you're coming back from injury, so you perhaps have a reason, but yeah, well, so far he's not too far down, but well, apart from obviously the penalties.
Yeah, he's putting together. Oh, he's just trying to get there now. Not giving up. Yeah, it's a tough accent to put down now. He won't be happy at all.
Comes out with has some colourful language, so it's probably just as well we don't have a microphone on him at the moment. But made the top 40, won't be happy.
Who have we got next, Matt?
Well, Mr. Michael Dawson, who is at home on any type of water.
Yeah,
from New Zealand, had a couple of good results. Had a bit of frustration as well. Was looking good and made some mistakes, but he's also he never has a moment where he's not doing something.
Yeah, very cool guy. Getting through that first top stagger, okay. Maybe losing a little bit on the gate 3, but we know the race starts later on in the course where everyone's burning out.
Like many of the southern hemispheres, he spent the whole of the European summer away from home, but looks like he's putting together some decent run.
Yeah, this is
half a second off the pace. Come on, Mike.
He's in touch. Really looking to keep the bars driving down in there, keeping the boat moving. He's done. Just ducking off 15, gets given clean.
No excuses about travelling, because he actually came over in business class, didn't he? Which was one of the few who did.
Yeah.
Here he goes.
Yeah, he's doing well to stay in touch with this run. It's not all going his way, but he's doing well to stay in the moment, stay composed. Nice up around 17.
So he goes on the split. It's 1.79 seconds down. We've had 18 competitors so far, 40 to go altogether, but only the top 10 in the final.
Very smooth through 19, that was really good.
Has he made some time out?
It's good.
It's 105 you need.
Just needing to get to the finish as quick as come on, Mike.
Push it through. Well,
it's not a bad effort,
just off the pace.
Yeah.
Again, he knows that he could have done a bit more quickly than that. Let's see who we have now. That's another young father, Samuel Hernandez, who on his day is extraordinarily quick, isn't he?
Very quick athlete. And those paddlers saying it's a little bit like Laseo, he's going to do well.
Well, he won this year.
Yeah.
Here he comes, born in France, representing Spain. English is coming. I chatted him to an hour and a half ago, and his English is coming better all the time.
Yeah. Taking a little penalty there, just getting held up around 9 as well.
But often this is what, watching him for the last 3 or 4 years, this is what he needs, isn't it? He takes an early penalty, and then suddenly, I'm sure it's not deliberate, but suddenly he just really goes down.
Yeah.
Bottom section as quicker than anyone else.
Yeah, he's a very fit athlete. Seen him in the gym a few times, does a lot of circuit training. Very high intensity work rate.
Samuel Hernandez from Spain.
Good and tight into 17.
Where he's on the split.
It's going to be just outside, quite a bit outside. 3.7. He's looking for a good bottom section now, getting the bows down. Good ducking off there.
So far seeing what we've seen, is it a certain style it suits? Or?
I don't know, I think you need to be a composed paddler, very solid, and just good at reading the water, I think.
Adapting quickly to the situation. Well,
we
here he
know
comes.
how well Fabian is at doing that.
He's going to be close.
Taking a bit of a hit on the finish.
That'll be annoying. He would have been expecting to put himself somewhere close to the final.
Yeah, that 2-second penalty is holding him out. Oh, it's just very slight as well. I think that was his touch on 5.
Well, the fast paddlers are coming thick and fast. Giovanni De Gennaro.
Very quick boat, really strong. Former junior world champion. Second at the under-23 Worlds this year. Just getting held up slightly in 9, but doing well to get out of trouble. In touch with the first split, just 1.7 off.
21 years old, so it seems like there's a lot of athletes that are between 20 and 23 that are reaching the top level and making the finals, maybe two out of the 5 World Cups.
Yeah, he's doing well here today. Putting together a solid run. Good through 15. This is where he's really putting the work in now. Nice and running the boat into 17. He's out of there on 1 stroke. See what his next split's like.
So it's all about accelerating the boat where the slow bits are, aren't they? Because everyone looks like they're giving it their all at the end.
That was lovely. That was really good. Doing a really good bottom half here.
See if he's going to still be in touch.
This could do it, I think. This could challenge the leader.
Well, he's coming in and out quickly. So you've mentioned the time to look for is 1:05. Where's he going to be? It's going to be very close.
Really quick bottom split. I think this is going to do it. Yeah.
Hey.
Great run.
If Momenti's not here, then someone else is taking up the gauntlet.
Yeah. Great run from Giovanni there. Got my teammate up next, Joe Clark.
Joe Clark, was it 6th last year in Prague?
Yeah, 6th in Prague, so he's looking to get somewhere around the better than that. He's looking for a PB. Good few gates, it looked like.
And the last result out, I suppose, is quite promising as well.
Yeah, 2nd in Augsburg. great athlete, pushes hard every day.
So you're training with Joe and Fiona Penny every day?
Yeah.
And he's even your housemate, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
all three of the British kayaks live together. Great in and out. This is a fast top split, I think. Yeah, he's 1.7 up on the top. Oh, that's good. It's really good for him now.
And Joe, what characterises Joe? Fast and fearless?
I'd say fast and furious. Really good at getting out of trouble and just dealing with what comes his way, I think.
Well, he's looking to put forward the top run of the day so far.
Yeah, he's looking like he's doing that at the moment. See if he can hold it through to the finish. It's going to be a quick second split as well.
1.75 up so far.
Holding his advantage. Oh, just picking up a penalty there. But I reckon he can still cope with that at the moment. Come on, Joe. Just get in and out of this one.
Well,
I think this could still challenge the lead. Oh, come on.
Oh, that's not what he needed. 50-second penalty given.
Excuse my language. That's a shame.
It's going to be fun in your house to see this when you get back.
Yeah, it's hard lines there. Had a great there.
What was going on there? Was the water moving on?
I think just was a bit too eager maybe to get to the finish. Need to open up that line there because sometimes the balls do change.
Does he know he got a 50 straight away?
I don't know. It looked like it might be able to dispute that 50, but with the penalties as well. And there's Combo.
Combo's been remarkable, hasn't he? He was the 2007 World Championship, struggled to get on the team, which is incredibly competitive for a few years, and then this year he's come back fast and furious. He's
really powerful there. He's getting back the time from that 2-second penalty. Seems to be getting into his run now. Really dynamic paddler.
Spain was on the podium, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Was he second or third in Spain?
I think Boris pipped him and second place. Yeah, he came fourth.
2006, he was the world champion. He's just made
good through that stagger there.
Can he do it here?
He's small, isn't he? He doesn't have the same build as a lot of them. Which need to
very good power to weight.
Well, he's up so far. So, and absorbed the 2-second penalty.
Yeah, really good.
We talked to Seb a little while, a couple of days ago, when he was in a great space. He was relaxed. He was excited.
See how he's going through there.
Great into the last upstream as well.
And we still have Boris Nevu to go, so it's going to be. This is about these guys are starting to expect to get to the final. Let's see what his time is.
Great run there from Combo.
Well, it puts him in, doesn't guarantee him a final place, but it at least looks like he's happy with it so far.
Yeah, that's a great run from Sebastian.
So we have a new leader. Next to go, if you've been following the sport this last year, you might recognize him, Ben Hayward from Canada. His Canadian beard has come off. He's had a breakthrough year though, two finals so far.
He's having a great season. Very strong paddler, goes hard all the way from top to finish, battling.
Well, he's developing his little clothes range, he has his cookery book out, he has obviously his Hobbit story where he's developing his van. He's an architecture student, so a really full life.
Yeah.
To see what he can do, that's not going to help.
That's not going to help him.
I think that's all fallen. He's going.
They're giving him a 50 for all that. They're giving him a clean.
So
the question will be whether he got any of his head in the first time, in which case
you're over.
Yeah.
Where it's 4 seconds off, so it's certainly cost him something.
Yeah, he'll be trying to get back into this run now and save it.
He was going in the earlier today, Cameron, but didn't quite make it through to the semi-finals. So it's all about this run. We're 2 seconds of penalties. but they can still look back, can't they, at the early gates and see what happened there.
Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately, that problem has put him out of the game.
Yeah, picking up a 2-second penalty as well on the upstream 14.
Well, coming to the latter of the course, I think he must know that he's not going to do anything now.
Yeah, he'll just be trying to get to the bottom to salvage what he can, punting off
the wall, which you can. Let's see where we go. Yeah, it'll be disappointing if this. He feels he ought to break into the top 10.
Tough there for Ben. He'll be upset with that.
Just the speed you have to make these decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I suppose that's the beauty of the sport.
So another French-born paddling for Argentina, Berginger.
Born in Ardèche, spends a lot of time in Pau, I believe.
Yeah.
He's only been there for the last couple of years for Argentina, hasn't he? So it's amazing that quite a few of the Frenchies, because they're so competitive, seem to be willing to just switch about, which of course you can do. Whereas most of the Germans, I think we've had one or two, the women who switch, but most of the men stay.
They just stay, yeah. I think the funding in Germany is quite good, so it allows them to do that and keep paddling professionally.
With army commitments occasionally. But anyway, let's see how he goes.
Seems to be putting together a tidy run so far. Could be there or thereabouts on the split.
Well, we have athletes representing 42 countries in the whole competition. But yes, he's so far 0.16 down. Well, this could be something to put him in the final. We still have 16 athletes to go. But Thomas Berginger representing Argentina is looking good so far.
Yeah, very good so far.
So at this end of the course, will he be conscious that he's putting forward a good close?
It'll be close with it to see.
The big one coming up. Next to go, has been over in the United States for the last 10 years now. It's Mikael Smolin. An awful lot of pressure on his shoulders, I feel, because he's one of the real talented athletes. It's a case of, can he hold it?
Yeah, he's been under 23 world champion this year. Can he do it at senior level as well?
So you must be racing with him for quite a while now.
Yeah, been on the circuit a long time. Seems to be putting together a tidy top half.
He came third this year in Prague, so he's got himself, and even in 2012 he had some good first runs, but couldn't put it forward in the final. So with the confidence he got from winning the under-23s, let's see what Has does. 2.77 seconds up.
Very quick.
But that's what perhaps is the favourite for the Americans, one of their best chances of medals.
Powerful over the water.
Well, even in a little fun paddleboat competition that they had in Augsburg, he won that the other day, so he's certainly... Is he going to be happy with
just
that?
losing time there. We're trying to get that back now. Emergency spin on 16.
Yeah. Let's see where he is, because he's certainly had a good start. Where is he on the split? Well, it's cost him a bit of time.
It's cost him a lot of time. Let's see if he can get anything back.
2.4 seconds. Whoa. Doesn't matter how you get through. Was that slow him up a bit, or is...
I don't think that was slow. I don't know what it was.
Well, the Americans are never shy. There's father running down on the side. Rafael.
That won't take the lead, but will it be enough for the top 10? It's a quick finish on him.
Let's see how he goes. Where is he? Rank number 8, which almost certainly won't do it.
No, I don't think that'll...
Won the last 2 overall competitions, and he won in Augsburg this year.
Yeah, very quick athlete.
One of only 2 athletes that managed to be on the podium twice in the 5 World Cups. In the 5 World Cups, we had 13 different athletes taking medals. Here we go.
Whoa, he's late there, clawing it back. Very strong across the water. He'll be in touch with this split as well.
Well, 1.52 up. But you certainly expect to, because consistently this season he's been in the top 3 or 4 in the heats and the semis and the finals. Yeah. Real consistent.
He makes it happen. That's good around that last upstream as well. He's in touch for taking the lead here. Easily.
103.17.
Great effort there from Schubert.
Well, he knows he's done what he had to do.
Yeah, he's done it.
So there's 101. You mentioned that someone might break a minute, I'm sorry, 100 seconds. And it could look happens.
We have Ricky Powell next on course.
Rick's had a good weekend so far. Because hasn't perhaps doesn't the same expectations as Smolin, but hasn't had a cracking year so far.
He's going for it off the top, that's for sure.
Well, he was fast in the first qualifying run.
Yeah, can he hold this pace all the way down? Let's hope he doesn't get final fever in the semi-final.
Well,
great around gate 8, he's holding it together so far.
Well, we do. We have 13 competitors to go. Well, he's definitely a quarter of a second up so far.
By 2-4 the Americans he's doing it. He's getting there. Just about holding the eddy line there on 12. Really battling down. Hope he doesn't run out of energy. That's great into 14 as well. He's really doing a good run here. Emergency spin. Come on, Ricky, let's see if we can get more. Trying so hard here, getting in and out of 17 well. Bit down on this split, but we know how fast Schubert was there, so.
3.12 seconds off, 13 athletes to go. You need to be 4 or 5 seconds in touch to have a chance to do it. I just stress it's not the home course for most of the Americans. They don't really know it much better than the.
Yeah. He's putting together a handy run. So he's doing what he's capable of. He's putting the power down. See what can get to the finish.
It took him months to get over that.
Yeah. Very dynamic paddler. Coached by Julien Bilo, another French athlete that's gone to work for Australia. And so an ex-world champion.
They used to have Benoit Péchier, Julien Bilo, and Fabien Lefebvre trained together for many, many years. And obviously, you still have a Péchier in the C2, his brother.
Right into 14. It's really good. He's put together a solid run here.
Well, it's about time he did, because I know he really wants it. So again, quite slight. He seems to control the boat well.
Very good stroke. Puts a lot of power through. In touch with the split.
Well, Will Forsyth and Jackson Merritt aren't going to get to the final. Can we have an Aussie in the final?
I think this is going to make it if he can get it to the finish. It's good in around 22. He's putting together a really tidy run here.
That's what he wants to see.
Very quick.
Well done.
Yeah. 100 seconds.
That must be such a relief. Last year he's come through. He's pretty much, I would say that was enough to get him through to the final.
Yeah, great run there from Lucien.
Well, one of your housemates is Joe Clark. He's appealing, if you look against it, it's not going to get him through to the final, but he's appealing against his 50.
Yeah.
And now you have your other housemate,
Richard Hounslow,
who has to bounce back. It's one of the major disappointments for the British team earlier today. Was a massive surprise that the C2 of the reigning world champions didn't make it through, did they?
Yeah, it was a very big surprise on this course. Like, pulling well out of there.
So knowing Richard's character, he on his tweet account he said, well, you know, really big upset, but bounce back.
Yeah.
Will he be full of rage or will he be calm? And
he'll be calm and collected. He's a good, calm character. He's been going well in training at the moment in the kayak. He's getting held up a little bit there on the boils, but in touch with the split.
But over the last 10 years, he's had some good top results, isn't he? He's not only a seater.
Yeah. In 2007, he had a 4th place at the World Championship, so he's been here before, he's made the final before, knows what it takes. Good locking in there to 14.
You train with Jay and Fiona, and Richard doesn't.
Richard trains with Dave. We do kayak sessions every now and then, maybe 1 or 2 days a week, so we all train together then.
Let's see where he's still in touch. He's going to have to go really fast. He's 3.5 seconds down.
Yeah, he needs to put the boot down a bit. It's good through the split. We're looking to get some power down now.
Well, unfortunately, it's only the top 10 that go through at the moment. Your 10th place is sitting at how many seconds off the lead?
It's going to be tight for Richard. Needs to be on his way to the finish now, get to the finish.
Well, 10th, you need to be within 4 seconds back.
Oh, it's outside. Tough run there for Rich. Just seemed to slow up a little bit in places and just getting held by the water.
So when you have a major disappointment like that, do you analyse straight away, or do you just do something by yourself?
Different people deal with it differently. It's very important to analyse it in time. I think you don't want to analyse it straight away because you won't be looking rationally. But yeah, you definitely need to analyse it and work out what happened and what you can do better next time.
Mike, 32 years old, bit stuck there from Switzerland, very stuck there. That's not what he wanted. He's capable of putting through some really, really good runs. One of the few athletes that's a full-time businessman. He's always saying, if I could train throughout the winter in Switzerland, then I'll get through the Olympics in 2016. So he wants a bit of the best of both worlds, but he's was it second in the Europeans last year and has got some good results.
Yeah, he's got good results behind him. Definitely a very good athlete.
Not the ideal start there, must have cost him a few seconds.
Just a hard start. Catching a few people out today.
And the sun, will that be affecting them at all, or not really? Just the camera, it's tough.
They'll be able to deal with that maybe on this bottom pole here, but it looks like there's enough shade off the rocks here.
Well, he's over 8 seconds down, so he's not going to be making the finals.
No, it's tough run. How many more athletes have we got left to go?
We're down to the last 10 athletes. So we'll start having the first through to qualifications. So we started today with 40 athletes. It's quite interesting because they don't definitely have a consistency where often the semi-finals are on the Saturday morning, but they decided to put them through a bit earlier. Now we have a Polacek, the youngest of the 4 brothers.
Yeah, Rafal's.
He's had a good season there, hasn't he? He's a really good season.
Yeah, he's been paddling well. Always very exciting paddler to watch.
4 boys, 2 girls, and father runs the company.
Yeah, really nice and light across the water. Very quick straight rate when he wants it.
Well, he's off a bit at the moment, but that's with the 2-second penalties incorporated. He's actually still well in touch.
Yeah, on his day he can go very quick. Good into 14, really feeding the blade up to the front of the boat.
21 years old. So far this season has 10th, 17th, 42nd and 38. So he's started well. Let's see how he's going now.
Yeah, he's definitely been doing his physical sessions. He looks fresh in this bottom half. Just 3.6 off the split. Very quick through there though.
But all the Polaceks, extraordinary athletes.
Yeah.
See where he's going this bottom section.
Needs to be looking for something quick here. He's going to make it in. It's outside at the moment. How quick's his finish?
You have about 4 seconds to play with so far. Not going to be enough. No, ranked 13 as we see. So looking at the course, analysing the course, is the water being fairly consistent, or has it been changing a bit?
It's hard to tell from here, but it's definitely it comes and goes a bit in places. But I think the course designers have been fairly smart and set gates that are doable and are consistent as much as they can be. So pole heights don't look too low today, so that's another plus for the athletes there racing.
Well, 21 next week, it's Simon Bruce, Slovenia.
Big lad for 20. Just getting held up there, dropping a little bit low in 9. Looking to get back on track straight away.
Well, he's been on the talent. People have been saying for a couple of years now he's a name for the future. He was 2012 junior European champion, and he actually won the gold medal at the Youth Olympic Games.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time, but just struggling in that top half. Got held up for a while,
and yet to make it consistently the finals.
That was very good through there. See what he can do on this bottom section, but he's well outside of that split time. 2 seconds of penalties on the board as well.
So having our first athletes that are actually going to be qualifying for the final. While coming down again, it's not going to be the great day today.
It's not Simon Bruce's day. Could be Lucien Delfort's day.
Well, I think so. I think after the disappointment last year, the relief of coming through, making the final after the top 73 athletes in the world. So far we know Lucien Delfort is qualified, Sebastian Schubert's qualified, and Sebastian Combo has qualified, as well as 1, 2, 3, Thomas, 1, 2, yeah, 3 so far.
Now we've got his teammate Martin Albrecht, another very talented young athlete. Oh, just jinxed him there, getting a touch on 5.
Well, he started well this year. He had a 6th and 7th place, and he dropped down to 38th, 38th, and in Augsburg he came back 12th. So consistently in the semi-finals with 2 finals so far.
Oh, just given a 50-second penalty there. That could be disputed, but very tight, giving the judges something to think about.
But he's still 4 seconds off the pace though, which is not going to be what you want.
No, not at this point in the race.
So it's late afternoon here in Deep Creek in Maryland. We're listening to the expert Tom Brady from the Great Britain team.
Coming towards the end of the men's semi-final, so we're seeing who's qualifying and who's not right now. Just picking up another silly touch on 17.
No one seems, well, I guess Lucien Delfort put down a cracking run, but the course is, no one's yet gone over under 100 seconds.
It's be difficult at the moment. Wonder what Yuri can do.
There are a number of places here on this course where you can see the racers really work to make sure the water doesn't pile up on the bow or into their chest.
Well, here they go.
With a 50-second penalty at the top of the course, so he will be out of the running if
Martin Albrecht
result stands.
is trying to confuse you with these graphics, Tom. There he comes.
Next off we have Vit Brindis, very quick check athlete. He's one of my race favourites for this weekend.
Did you actually physically write down the list?
No, we don't. We just have a little guess of who we think.
Well, let's see how he's going in. Even in London, an event a few months ago, he was incredibly quick, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I believe he won it.
He's really found his rhythm this season. Trains with Vavra, I believe. And
yes, this season.
Yeah, it seems to be working well.
So these are down the last 6 competitors. Oh. But he's giving out a lot of big penalties.
Yeah, that judge.
That was quite close there.
Pretty harsh.
Well, he was up. Physical time is below. Let's see what appeal.
Hopefully they can appeal that, but it was a decision that had to be made. And
so the idea is don't put yourself in a position where the judges have to make the sign for you. Easier said than done.
Great run coming together though from Witt. Nevertheless, obviously you can't give up. It's a possibility that you can appeal that later on, but
well, still, let's say the possibility that 50 might come off, and this would be enough to put him through to the final.
Yeah, I think it probably would at the moment. He's doing a really good run, he's holding the lines well, keeping the boat moving.
Only 1% of those calls were overturned. Dan, the video guys at the finish line as well.
He'll be disappointed if that stays a 50, I think.
Let's see his reaction. No reaction. Maybe slight surprise.
Yeah, it's harsh decision, but
next up is the second Polacek, who actually sunk his boat this season so far in Tatson, where his Olympic spray deck came off and the boat sunk, unfortunately. Here we go. He's twice been on the World Championships podium. Last year he was on the podium.
Yeah, really strong athlete. He's been paddling well recently.
Great self-belief as well. He was part of the commentary team when he was in Tatson, and certainly knows that. But he's dropped a bit low there.
Yeah, he's keeping the boat moving and hopefully can keep it across the water here. And we know how strong he is in the bottom of the course as well. So
he's only half a second off the touch, and like you mentioned, he's very fit. So we'd be hoping to put something together. His pedigree would certainly put him through to the final. But we do have 5 really exciting athletes together. The fact that we know to blow up the course, would that mean you can go down a little bit more with the brakes on these top guys?
So they'll have that confidence that they have the pace to not have to go all guns blazing to make the final. But yeah, everyone has to go fast in the semi-final. It's just a case of delivering it on this course today, I think.
Well, it's 1.44 seconds, so he's certainly in touch with qualifications.
Yeah, he's in touch, but he needs to keep this bottom moving.
Fast runs at the bottom of the course because he is so strong. Has great endurance, great training. Look at this.
Let's see where
he goes, quickly in and out.
He's gonna be in touch for sure.
Let's see where he is.
Good composure there on the last gate to clean it.
Well, 2.49, that's going to be enough to go through.
That's great effort.
Next to go, Fabien Dörfler, who also has a good turn of speed.
Yeah, very good athlete. Had something to do in the first qualification. He's given a 50 on his first run. But very strong athlete, moving well across the water through those first few gates.
But he can certainly live with that. I remember talking to him after his Tatson semi-final run, while he was actually given penalties and put out, and he said, well, I know I didn't touch it, let's see what the judges say. And the penalty was taken off, and he went through and won the event.
Yeah, very good. Good going around 9 now, going around all the gates well.
Well, Michael Dawson is in 10th place at the moment, so he's going to be the one sweating on this. So far, bursting Polacek, Combo, Schubert and Lucien Delfort have actually qualified, so good spread of nations there.
Definitely.
Pavel Eigel, Fabien Lefebvre, Martin Halcyon and Michael Dawson are sweating on it.
Tidy run together coming from Fabien. Still pulling hard down in the bottom. It's going to be in touch with the split.
And it's 0.67 up so far. So far, Sebastian Schubert has got through, but that's not what he wanted.
That is not what he wanted.
It's only 2 seconds, so at least it's keep his momentum going.
Yeah. still make it. Really showing his pace in the bottom now.
Really make that boat. He won a sprint event earlier in the season, didn't he? Yeah. Here we go. Let's see if he's going to be in touch. 12. No, he's not. He's out.
Touch and loss in boat speed cost him big time.
That means Russia have a finalist.
Fair play. Next one is Fabien Lefebvre, who might well make it into the finals. That's going to be great news for the locals if he does. Mikael Smolen's just missed out because provisionally in 11th place with Michael Dawson in 10th at the moment. But we do have Mathieu Biazizo, who's had some good results, very powerful. Etienne Dye didn't make the team this season. He was world #1 until quite recently. But he's Augsburg he likes. He's made the final for the last 2 years. Yeah.
Slightly off. Well, only very slightly off so far.
Yeah, paddling well at the moment. He's picked up a 2-second penalty in the top, but he's doing well to deal with that at the moment. He's putting together a solid run. See if he can hold it into the bottom.
Well, as you mentioned, 2 seconds of penalties.
Very good stroke and strong connection on the water. Very good posture as well, always looking at the gates.
Is it a typical French style, or just the fact they're all very good?
Typically good.
Well, look at that. 0.1 of a second off, and that's with a 2-second penalty. So he'd be the fastest down the course so far.
Just needs to make sure he gets this last move tidy. It's a little bit. That's very good. This could do it, I think.
Well, it's going to be enough to put him into the final, it looks like.
He's going to break the 100, right?
Yeah. Well, that's put him into the finals. That's all you needed to do. Yes, yes, yes. Well, unfortunately, Michael Dawson drops down to 11th. So he slots in nicely into 3rd place there. Who's going to go less than 100 seconds?
The next 2 athletes we've got are quick as well. We've got Yuri Prskovic.
Double European champion, 21 years old.
Very
Again, he's ridiculously quick, isn't he?
Yeah, very quick around the gates.
2nd in the World Championships last year and was absolutely delighted with that, just behind Vavron.
Yeah.
This year had a bit of a consistency problem, I guess, being very critical.
Yeah. European champion this year. Really quick over the water there. Looking to keep the boat moving down through 12.
And he's over half a second up at the first split.
Yeah, he's putting together a solid run now. Can relax into it. Make sure he delivers the moves well.
He'll know that he's well in the limit. Oh, that's not what you needed.
It's not what you need to do, but we know Biazizo got away with a touch earlier on. This is a nightmare for Yuri.
So he's having to emergency spins 3 times in a row.
So he'll be doing, oh, I don't know.
It's falling apart.
Really having to fight now.
No, well, he's capable of possibly making up a couple of seconds. Enough.
It's very quick through that split, to be fair to him.
Let's see if he's... Now, the 10th position at the moment is 4.39 seconds off.
Isn't going to be enough.
We're going to go to the leaderboard.
104. No.
Quick time.
No. No, that's all within 10 seconds in the middle. It all fell apart, didn't it? It's a great run. Well, we do know that we have an American in the final, which is good news. An American representative in the final.
Yeah. Very good news for the Americans. It's good for us as well, I think, to have, to make sure the crowd have something to cheer about.
No, 3 or 4 gates all fell down. Boris Nevu, training partner of Emily Fair. Both have fins on their boats. Yeah. Both doing something very right. Hasn't been in many World Cups so far this season. Won the first one in Lee Valley.
Very strong.
Second in La Suède again.
dealing well with that water, pushing him off there. Very composed athlete.
Well, despite his challenges, he's a fifth of a second off the pace, which would be fine.
Yeah. While holding it together. Nice and tight into 14. Looking to keep the bows off the wave there. Nicely done. Looks like he's paddling within himself.
I suppose at this level, with the results he's had in the last 7 or 8 years at tactics, he knows how to handle the pressure.
Yeah.
You don't need to be the fastest. Well, he is, though. Half a second up.
Yeah, he's in a league of his own today. Powering through all the way.
Working into the final upstream game.
All he has to do is
a little bit low, but he's safely going around it.
Getting right through the middle.
This will decide it all. Can DeVoe be as quick as he was on his qualifying run? Oh, yes, he will move to the finals.
Well, there's probably a second or two he could have done more quickly if he'd needed to.
Yeah.
Boris never has made the final for France.
Yeah, good effort.
So if we look down where we are, we do have the 10 finalists. And we have a whole selection of... Well, we have 3 Frenches, so the whole French team has come through. But Lucien Delfort comes through as the fastest. Let's hope that's a stimulus as opposed to a pressure. Sébastien Schubert, been there, done it before. Nevu, Biazizo and Combo. Again, they with Mathieu Biazizo, he's young, but with good company. Matthias Polacek, 2, he's been 2nd and 3rd in the World Championships. Thomas Berzinger, great result for him. Yeah. Giovanni De Gennaro, young and enthusiastic. Pavel Eigel, Fabien Lefebvre all go through. So perhaps we wouldn't have been able to... There's some surprises that haven't made it through.
Yeah, I think there is always going to be surprises at this level, but like Vavra, of course, coming back from injury.
It's just maybe a surprise that he actually made it this thing, because I know we were talking to him in Augsburg and he said, well, I'm feeling better.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, this year has been strange though, because there's your injury obviously up and coming, but there's Kauser out, there's Molmenti out, and there's Vavra out, so there's 3 of the top.
Yeah, I think at the moment everything's gearing towards the Olympics. These races are great for like getting back and holding the sport, keeping moving forwards. But definitely just...
Well, here we are. We're joining you again tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, I'm talking local time. Local time at the moment, it is 10 to 6, 17:50. And tomorrow morning, we're going to be looking to join you. We're going to be looking to be joining you with the C1s and the K1. Then we go through the finals midday tomorrow. So, Tom, what have you taken it away from today?
I think just the quality that you have to get to that final. I think like those athletes that put themselves there, like they did really good runs, and yeah, just a bit of motivation from that. And obviously Neveu didn't give up like we thought. Like he had time losses in that run, and he kept going and put together a really solid run. So it's really good to watch.
And who, not put your money on perhaps, but who'd you like here? Well, we have the official results. We confirm them, just the top 3. So it's Delfort, Schubert, Nevu, Biazizo, Combo. And unlucky losers who just have missed out. Richard Hounslow, obviously 15th for Great Britain. So they're fairly tight with the timing, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's such a difficult course.
Yeah.
Who'd you? Because I can ask you this, because you don't have a compatriot in it.
Who do I think is going to win?
Well, don't give me a winner. Give me the 3 medalists, maybe.
Okay. I'm going to go with Neveu. I think Lefebvre could do it, and then I'm going to go with, I think, Schubert in around that sort of thing.
Okay, as I'm not a paddler, there's absolutely no value giving me giving what I think. So we'll perhaps leave it there. But we'll look at your inside knowledge. The course, I think the weather's going to be fairly similar tomorrow. Hopefully, so it's been a lovely day. We're expecting 5,000 or 6,000 people to come up here to tomorrow. If you're in the area, I guess you can still come up. Yeah. And it should be a lot of fun. So, Tom, what's your program now for the rest of the next couple of months?
Well, I know the whole British team have got a little bit of a break when we get home. I think we have 3 weeks before we start getting back into training again. And then obviously you have all the big review meetings deciding what's going from there, and then get back into training and push forwards to the next year.
The major thing for the Brits is your trials in is it April when you?
Yeah.
And so that books your position in the team for 12 months?
Yeah, for 12 months. And then obviously we've got the World Championships in London, so there'll be a lot of training going on in London. And yeah.
And how does it work in the sections that if you're world champion, you pre-qualify for the team? Is that how it works?
Yeah, yeah. I think if you're a world champion or a world medalist, you get pre-selection for the team.
Well, it's been great to see the semi-finals today. A lot of people are clearly 75% of the athletes are unhappy, but that's the way the sport goes. 10% are delighted with the way it's moved forward. We've had a lot of fun here trying to help you the way down the course. Quite a few big surprises, but we have Schubert's not a surprise, Nevu's not a surprise, but there's a lot of youngsters can come through to maybe think, like even Gennaro might think, well, I can do something here, and they can really have a chance to stamp themselves through. And Lucien Delfort can perhaps pull out the big one that he certainly feels he's available to do. Yeah. So that's about it for us today. We're coming to you live from the course. I hope you've enjoyed yourself, and we'll look forward to speaking you to tomorrow. Tom, thanks very much for coming in. I hope the niggling injuries sort themselves out in the next couple of months, and we'll look forward to you sending us a light in the next in the next few weeks.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. So I say thank you very much for coming in, and we'll see you tomorrow.